guys have it?
The hi-hat.
Hey guys, we're here for the vape class. Vape class number 4 here at Vapor Trail Smoke Shop. So today, Chance is gone. He's on sabbatical. That means he got fired. Oh no, he's at Red Star.
Don't listen to this guy.
He's at Red Star learning how to fix your smoke tank when the software is all screwed up. So anyway, he'll be back next week for the class. Today, though, we are going to talk a little bit about tanks and the important stuff to look for in your tanks. We're going to just show you a smoke tank today. There's a lot of different... Huh? Oh, I'm way beyond help. So anyway, we just have an example here. This is this a Baby Beast? This is the Smoke Baby Beast tank. So it has some juice in it. So it may be an X-Baby. We're just basically going over the basics of a tank, the basics of a tank that has a coil that is changeable, and the importance of having good connection. Your mod, most modern mods have some sort of motherboard in there that's really sophisticated, and it's going to sense what kind of coil you have. And so a lot of times when we're dealing with especially smoke, we'll show you one of the most common problems with the smoke coil. This is Atarah. She's going to show you.
Hi guys. Okay, so this is a smoke coil. It's a standard coil. They all look relatively similar. The biggest thing you want to worry about when you're messing with these coils is this little piece right here. Let me see here. I can pull this.
It gets separated a little bit.
They kind of come apart here at the end. I don't know if you can... Oh, there we go. That just popped right off.
It's an X-Baby. Thanks, Chance.
So what you want to make sure you do... I know, right? That sounds right for Chance. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you can push this and twist. So you want to make sure that this little piece right here, this little plastic ring, is fully down and squished between the two metal pieces. Without that contact, your mod actually probably won't fire, or it may fire and then it may stop. So the first thing that you want to troubleshoot at any time is if there's an issue with your mod not firing, the first thing you want to do is check with your coil. And the smoke ones are notorious for coming not necessarily fully together. So just make sure that you press those two pieces together and then you should be golden.
Press and twist.
Press and twist, yes.
Awesome. So most mods, you need a good connection all the way from the motherboard all the way out to the coil. So if things aren't touching, sometimes in the mod itself, the little metal piece where it screws in, the 510 threads, will not touch because it's pushed down too much. So sometimes that's not making good contact there. Also, that's another place that you can look and check and make sure that your tank, also where that tank and that mod. So if that mod sometimes gets pushed, that metal piece where the tank, the 510 threads, those are your 510 threads right there. And if those actually don't touch the metal part of the mod, we have a mod. This is not a smoke mod, but this is a mod right here. See this part right here? There's metal inside there. If that metal doesn't come in good contact with the tank right there, you see the metal? Sometimes this part right here will get pushed down. And now we're going to spin around and look at glass behind us. So that's the metal part right in there. If that doesn't get in good contact with this part right here, that's another place that can be a problem. So you got to make sure that that part has not got pushed down too far. So these are just kind of some of the troubleshooting things that you can look at on your tank. We're going to kind of take this tank apart. Last week, Chance went over how to clean a tank or whatever. But we're going to talk a little bit about it's important that you screw in the bottom of your coil before you screw in the top, because that can sometimes cause some problems. So this tank has a little bit of juice in it. This tank is, I'm going to just take this apart and put it back together so you can see how you would take apart your coil in one of the tanks that has a coil similar to the smoke where it has two places that are threaded to put it back together. So it's best if you put it together with the glass off, screw the bottom part on, and then screw the top part on. So let me just go get some paper towels. All right, look at that blank screen. Much better looking than when I'm on there. So anyway, this is a Smox X-Baby tank, we're going to just take this apart. I've got paper towel here so that when the juice comes out. So I'm going to unscrew the top first. Maybe. And you got to be careful here too, because if you grab the glass, sometimes you can crack it. So just be careful. Sometimes if you screw that together, you don't have to screw them extremely tight together, because sometimes if you get things too tight, you can cause problems with your tank. That's sometimes when you get into trouble with your, so that's the top of the tank. In the Smock X Baby Beast, you got a tip. You got your tip, which is usually not metal, although there are metal tips. And then this is the top portion of the tank. You got an O-ring there, black O-ring that seals that glass. Then I'm already dripping juice everywhere on my hand. Let's go ahead and tip that over. There's your glass. We're going to take the glass apart. We've got our coil. That's the coil and the bottom part of the tank. Coil and the bottom part of the tank. We're going to all juicy, so it's pain in the butt. So you sometimes need either pliers or paper towel to get a little bit of traction so that you can unscrew those. This now is the bottom portion of your coil. And you got to be careful when you unscrew things and screw them back together, because you can cross thread them very easily because these are small threads. So once again, this is the bottom of the tank. You've got another metal connector right in there that connects to the threads that connect to the mod. We'll tip these. So now we're just cleaning those McKenna. We're getting a bird's eye view of the entire shop now. See how professional we are here.